let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1, we're almost ready. Are you ready? Go, go, go! Green, and away we go. Summer Series 25 drivers streaming down into turn 1, and already Wilco looks like he's got the jump on Albert and takes the lead, but Albert is not done with yet. He's going to go around there. Sexy Rexy, yibbida, folks, down there in 4th, and all the while this is giving Wilco the chance to pull out in front.
Themselves up here in the opening lap, but Bob, it's been hectic, but not quite as hectic as what I thought it would be. Down the inside of Sideways, is it going to work, Bob, or is it going to end in tears? I think it's come off. Yes, it has.
And it's Wilco with a nose in front as we come through to complete the lap. Sideorg, our winner from last week and championship leader, King in there as well. And don't tell me Wilco could have gone from 1st to 3rd in a matter of corners here, Bob. I reckon he's lost the lead, and he could be down to 3rd by the end of the opening lap.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 weeks off, we've had our spring break. We're back for round 7 of this KRL Championship for the Porsche GT3 Cups. It's an endurance race tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we are looking forward to it very much as we go from practice to qualifying in this race tonight. Round 7, like we said, here at Watkins, Glen. Big hello to everybody. Just look at the chat here. Praying for a quick recovery for your internet, Clocade, who's not joining us tonight. Green light, go, go, go. Nemo says he's praying for rain. We never know you never know what might happen in the 70 minutes we've got tonight. And Clocade says hopefully the internet will be sorted for next round. RIP to top 3 in the championship as we see the drivers now coming out for their 10-minute qualifying session here at Watkins Glen as I welcome my co-commentator, Bullseye Bob Hoskins. Hello to you, Bob.
Possums! Good evening, mate. Good to be back. 3 weeks. 3 weeks it's been since your birthday.
I'm starting to feel old, Bob, but thank you for that. Let's just have a look as we look at our championship leader, who is on our screen now. We go to our championship standings. After 6 rounds, it's Wilco in the pro class on 149, and then Clocade on 122, Gavea. Clocade, of course, who's not with us here tonight. Gavea, the German rifle, on 120, and the rest of them. Look how close it is in the AM class there. It's very close, isn't it, Bob, in the AM class with these guys?
Oh, ridiculously tight. We were just chatting about it just before we went live. And yeah, it's tight. It's like 12 points separates the top 4. So any slip-ups by any of these boys tonight, there's going to be some changes of position.
And let's just recap, depending on how long your memory is. Let's have a look from a couple of weeks ago at Silverstone for round 6 of the championship. It was the German rifle firing on all cylinders there, winning by 6.9 seconds ahead of Wilco and Figo. Almost made the cardinal sin there of calling him Figo again. Figo in third, Mintmat coming through. Couldn't quite get through, could he, there from memory. And finishing 4th. Clocade 5th on that occasion, ahead of Mark in the AM class. But, well, what are we going to see tonight, Bob? We've got some information for tonight. Expecting pole times of a 1:47 if it's dry and the track conditions are optimum. Fast track, we're looking at a high 47. Green track, a low 48. Wet track, well, it just depends how wet the track is. So we're looking at pace around the 48s and the 47s here tonight at Watkins, Glen.
Yeah, and I'd expect, as normal, to see the top 5 separated by, 5/10. That's the way these boys are racing at the moment. It's tight.
Very tight indeed. No margin for error. And everyone out there watching, hello to you. All 6 people will be thinking that there's more people than just Wilco out here, of course, isn't there? So let's go through. Nemo, who I met down at the Grand Prix last weekend, very briefly, but he's looking nice in that number 95 car. He's praying for rain, Bob, and we're not seeing any signs of rain in the forecast, but we know the race can be a different story. And what about the turnout tonight as well, Bob? We've even got Jono. We've got 21 drivers with us tonight. Big turnout.
Yeah, no, we were expecting the numbers to be a bit down. Obviously, it's in the middle of the school holidays, but yeah, everyone seems to be, or most of the guys seem to be on tonight. No
time to spend with the kids. Everyone's out there racing, and we haven't seen any drivers coming through. There is Wilco, our championship leader, Andrelli behind him. I think they might be starting. You can see that track map in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, Bob. They might be just coming through to start some quick laps now.
Straight in there. Gavea, 47.5. Wilco put in a decent banker lap, but it was smashed straight away by Mintmat, Sidorg, and Gavea.
And who else is quick here, Bob, and on a lap? We might go to them. Vibesy, what's he going to do across the line? Is it his first run? Vibesy with a 1, at least in the 49s, late 48s, I should say. But wow, we said 147s and 148s, Bob, and Gavea has just come in and gone bang. This is German rifle and popped in a 47.5. Are we going to see quicker than that though tonight in the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, I reckon so. That was his first flyer, so yeah, expect to see a couple attempts come off of Gavea's time, and then expect everyone else to compress.
And let's have a look at that. 6/10 off back to Sidorg. Vibesy, the man on your screen, is just outside that top 10, 1.9 off the pole position time, coming around to start his entry into the boot, the foot, the shoe. It's just given us plenty of content to go with, hasn't it, this part of the track, Bob, in previous races here. Not quite sure of the corner names, but we call this one the boot. If you're just new to the KRL family, hello to you. Consider following our stream so we can get to that magical, mythical milestone of 125 followers. And that will make Voodoo rather happy. And the voice of reason...
Yes, it will.
It just
will make you very happy. Please follow.
There he is. It's like Dickie Knee,
Yeah,
probably a bit before your time. Bob, hey, it's Saturday. Just Dickie and
I'm
E
just on call at this stage.
Dickie and E used to pop up, and hello, Mr.
There
Darrell.
you go, Wilco. Wilco's just jumped to the
oh,
top.
and
47.4.
Wilco jumping to the top, and now Mint with a mint lap. And just joking, Nigerian Prince, how much do we love him? Great horror stream the other night. Jump across to his channel and give him a follow too. And classic stuff, 147.420. And good luck putting a cigarette paper between those two, because Wilco is just 0.047 behind Mint Matt on this occasion, and that makes that time. I asked about whether it was going to go, we were going to go quicker than that, and we have with a 147.4 as Gavea looked to have some traffic there, Bob. I think Andrelli might have just got in his way at the worst possible moment there.
Yeah, so it's compressed. There's a couple of little like groups together, and they need to try and spread that out to give themselves the best opportunity. So Mayo, I'm just on board with Mayo just now, just to see how he improves on what he's got on the board at the moment. And he does, he jumps up by 2.5 seconds. So yeah, people are still finding their feet on this track.
And you can see there that midfield, it's tighter than a fish's backside at the moment there. You can see 1.5. Look at the gaps there.
Jono Stan has just jumped into that top 6 now, just literally as he crossed the line.
And you can see there, look how close it is, Jono. And he is absolutely flying at the moment. Yellow flag, I beg your pardon. No, it's gone now, it's cleared.
Here's Wilco.
And let's have a look at Wilco. Is he coming across?
Didn't improve.
Didn't improve. Is he going for another run? 2.5 minutes to go, Bob. They're going to have to be quick.
Sidorg, 147.380.
Hello, 147.380. Wow. So that's puts Matt back into second, Wilco back into third, and Gavea, the man who started these 147s, Bob, down to fourth now. Can they answer back?
Yeah, no, how long we got left? Right, so the boys got, 2 laps. Yeah, they've just got anything that they were holding back, just let it all go now. They've got decent blinkers in there, so
let it go. Sorry, watched a lot of Frozen recently, Bob, over the Easter break, but 147.380 went somewhere else there for a little moment. But have a look at Matt. He is using every centimetre and millimetre of this circuit. Oh, a little bit of a twitch. And he's not, I think he might have lost time coming into the boot at the moment, Bob. A little bit twitchy there, and he seemed to use up all of the curb and a little bit more on that occasion.
Yeah, the boot it's so technical, that part of the track. The camber does help you in certain scenarios, but yeah, it's very heavy braking, 180-degree corner in the toe. The heel is 120 degrees, and then as you head up, you've got another sharp left-hander as well. It's ridiculously hard section.
Well, that's what they get paid to do. Less than a minute remaining in qualifying now. Sidorg, is he going to improve? Or is he coming through just to have another crack at this? He comes across the line now. I think he might be having one final go here. And
he didn't improve.
Didn't improve. Yellow flag's out. We're coming up to somebody. I think they might have teleported back to the pits. Where's Matt?
Oh, here he comes.
Here he comes, Matt. Mr. GT7 himself. No, not improving.
So Gavea has given up. He's in the pits. So it's only these boys that are out there at the moment. Number 7, who is that? So Norm, a new driver. He's crossed the line, so he's got one more lap. 59, that's Dask. We will expect to see him climb. He's the same as me. He doesn't really have the best of qualifying, and then just, has a steady race, keeps himself out of crap, and he improves throughout the race.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's it. Qualifying done and dusted. Bullseye, Bob Hoskins. Hello, possums. Not sure whether we got one of those, but if you've got your precious kit coins, please use them. I also have unlimited. I seem to have unlimited kit coins as well, but I don't want to let the power go to my head, Bob. But this man, oh hello, is he slowing down? Is Sidorg slowing down? So he might be done for this qualifying session.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Wilco is still on a lap.
And let's have a look at Mint Matt coming through the bottom part of the shoe at the moment, coming towards the ankle, you would say. Only a few more corners left in this lap. Qualifying is done and dusted. Can anybody catch Sidorg with a 147.380?
Wilco is on
0.
No, he doesn't improve.
No, sorry. I've gone asked about there, Bob. I had Wilco. Should have gone to Wilco first there, but let's have a look now. Mint Matt.
Andrelli over the line as well.
Andrelli, where is he? 16th, 1
He
point.
climbs the spot.
Oh, up to 15th. Beg yours. And now Matt.
Racer.
This is it. Can he improve?
Sorry.
Can he get on pole position? This is where it's at. No, he can't. And who else have we got there? Nemo, is it? Also on a lap along with Crew.
So Norm did cross the line just in time. So
I think Norm Gunston is on another. Oh,
he did jump up.
He did
jump up to 13th.
Lucky for some, as Wilco has redeemed the. Oh my goodness! And that is very close indeed. Closer than you can poke a stick at, because that they've gone off my screen, but I think it was 0.40. 40 thousandths of a second, 1, 2, and 3, and that is going to lead us in beautifully to this endurance race here tonight. 70 minutes ahead of us, Bob, and I don't mean to put you on the spot, I do it every week, but this race really up for grabs right through the field tonight.
Yeah, there's little gaggles. I'm just going to pull the table up now, actually, just so I can have a quick look. In actual fact, I'll put it across. But yeah, there's so many little gaggles in there. I mean, obviously, Wilco's got a little bit of a lead at the moment, but Clocaid, Gavea, and Sidorg, those could potentially change places. And then when we go to the AM drivers, Craigio, Mark Ledwidge, Vibesy, Disco Stew, if any one of them gets an advantage tonight, it's gonna change the table.
Who knows what we've got in store for us? 70 minutes. Who knows? We might even get some rain like Spa. Wilco also won that race, didn't he? But Wilco in the championship, a round in front, 32 points, of course, Bob. Maximum per round. He's 27 in the lead at the moment with Clocaid and his dodgy internet. He is not racing tonight. German Rifle Gavea, 29 points behind. So the aim to beat him for Wilco is to at least beat him or get a podium again. And I wouldn't bet against him, put it that way, after 6 podiums. That's right, 6 podiums in a row. Well, I think every race him and Fernando Alonso have raced in, they've got podiums this year. No rain. Everyone do your rain dance. And Voodoo, I'm looking at you over there in Little Hamptons, South Australia by the Adelaide Hills. Heading over there for Gather Round in the AFL. And if you don't know what AFL is, I haven't got enough time to talk to you. But we might go to a short break, ladies and gentlemen. And by a short break, I mean a beautiful Andrelli intro. If you don't mind, we'll be back right after this with round 7 of this KRL Championship from Watkins Glen. We'll be back soon. Let's get on with it. 3, 2, 1. We're almost ready. Are you ready? Go, go, go! Green, and away we go. Summer Series 25 drivers streaming down into turn 1, and already Wilco looks like he's got the jump on Albert and takes the lead, but Albert is not done with yet. He's going to go around the sexy Rexy, yibbida, folks, down there in 4th, and all the while this is giving Wilco the chance to pull out in front. Themselves up here in the opening lap, but Bob, it's been hectic, but not quite as hectic as what I thought it would be. Down the inside of Sideways, is it going to work, Bob, or is it going to end in tears? I think it's come off. Yes, it has.
and it's Wilco with a nose in front as we come through to complete the lap. Sidorg, our winner from last week and championship leader, getting in there as well. And don't tell me Wilco could have gone from first to third in a matter of corners here, Bob. I reckon he's lost the lead and he could be down to third by the end of the opening lap.
Right. Because that's always...
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we see our pole position man pulling away to start his formation lap along with the 20 other drivers here tonight. And Bob, we were just talking in the break, this is going to be an absolutely epic race, and we were talking about some of our drivers and some of the quirky results. We haven't had any... Well, just stop everything. Voodoo just subscribed, 4 months, baby, don't blush, baby. Wow, fantastic support for the channel. The Nigerian Prince doing a little rain dance. We saw that before, but subscribe for 4 months, sending the love from Little Hampshire in South Australia, a town that I know well, but don't quite know that well. I've never been over there, Bob, but I've got his house on Google Maps. I was going to fly there in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that might have been a little creepy. Digressing for a moment, thank you, great one. Voodoo, also known as Chuck Norris, the voice of reason, as Gavea getting a little bit close to Wilco there. That's the last thing that Wilco wants on the formation lap, Bob, is a German rifle up his backside.
Yeah. No, I'll tell you what, I'm quite surprised that Gavea hasn't shown some pace here. And I'm wondering if he's just happy to sit there and watch these boys duke it out in front of him.
And just maybe sit back. A lot of love in the chat. Whoever put a printer right there at my feet, I would love to chat with you, because just give us a call, because I've been kicking the damn thing under the desk. Anyway, that's a story for another day. Wilco wants to be on his side tonight. Little does he know what I have planned. So some dark Nigerian black magic there, Bob, from Voodoo. Could potentially be coming through tonight. Mint Matt, Wilco. And I cut you off there, Bob. I do apologise. But you were saying that could we see a few guys sitting back and maybe seeing some carnage happen further ahead of them?
Well, just judging by previous results, I mean, obviously the different tracks don't work for everyone, but for Gavea to be sat in fourth, we know he's a very patient racer, but when he gets out front, he tends to sprint away. I'm just wondering if, because this is a long one, he's just happy to sit in fourth and maybe wait for Sidorg, Matt and Wilco to have their battles and then capitalise. I don't know how to call this one.
It's going to be interesting as we take a look at the drivers throughout the field. Like we said, a massive field tonight all the way down to Kilroy in the 562 Porsche Saint Sim. We'll go from the back, from the front to the back. We're going to see where it's at. Just there we go, Harvey, Mayo, Dask, and Drelly. We are getting ready. We're getting ready, Bob. We're getting very close. We've got 70 minutes ahead of us. That's right, 70 minutes. You can go to bed, honey. I'll be along later on, because this is going to be an absolutely epic race. Nigerian Prince has some dark magic planned. Guys, I've just predicted something. And there you have it. The channel points. We are ready to go. Not a great Nigerian Prince impression, and I'm sure that he will want me to improve on that, but we can improve on this. We're about to go racing round 7 of this championship. You've had 2 weeks off. We've had our spring break, and we are almost back. Green light. You know what that means? Go, go, go. Are you ready? Yes, we are. Hope you are at home as well. Sidorg leads into turn 1. All very respectful, if you don't mind, Bob, through the first couple of corners here. The timing, Bobby, brilliant, as Matt slots in behind him, so status, that things are staying the same.
Disco Stew, who's in the AM battle, must have been out of position at the start. He's already picked up a drive-through.
Drive-through penalty, thank you, Cloquet. It certainly is. Go, go, go here at Watkins, Glen. And the timing screens are doing funny things, that's right. You can see Disco Stew must have done a Fernando Alonso, did he? And out of his position on the start or something. But Seidorf leads, Matt in second. Breathing down his neck, then it's Wilco. Gavea, the German rifle, right up behind him. And Viper up in fifth. Jono up in sixth. Magnificent effort so far from Jono on lap one. Vintage Racer down there in P7. Auschwizard in P8. The second of the two Germans in the field tonight. Bob Knight is sideways Polka. And is that somebody off? No, I think, or is it somebody off at the
49.
At 49, the hairpin, I think. Who is that?
Oh no, it's 48. Disco Stew.
48.
So yeah, Disco Stew. He is getting back on the track. So not only has he got that drive through, he has now fallen to the back of the field.
Right at the back of the field, but then again, we've got 68 minutes remaining. And I've got to say, Big Alan Shep says, remember Wilco, you're Marcus Ambrose tonight. Let's go Wilco. And have a very big hello from the Bull. Thank you, Alan Shep down there. As we head back to the pointy end of things, Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, has ordered some dinner. Since it is KRL night, time to get excited. Never tried this place before, but he is excited. Could that be the surprise that he was talking about? We'll wait and see. And Cloquet, the wizard, took Polka. So that is an interesting update. Look how close it is at the front. As Seidorf now, a little bit of breathing space there, Bob, if you don't mind. As have we got somebody looking to make a move?
No.
Wilco side by side with Gavea. Coming in to the chicane. And has he got that done? Yep, he's got a nose in front, Bob.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to catch up with what was going on. It was Disco Stew picked up the drive-through. Sideways Polka, who was sat right up in the mix of things, and it would have like chucked him, you know, into contention in the AM drivers. It was him that went off the track.
Well, interesting developments there. We just don't know where to look at the moment here. Lap one of this race. Seidorf leads a second ahead of Mint Matt. Two GT7 boys, if you don't mind getting it done on Assetto Corsa. How good is it to see our championship leader sneaking in front of Gavea, but for how long? Well, we don't know, because Gavea's right behind him, and they're, well, if anything, they're starting to come up on Matt here, Bob, so the pressure is on everywhere.
Yeah, so I would expect to, yeah, there'll be a lot of slips, you know, as the guys get settled in. So yeah, these second, third and fourth, they might change position a couple of times, I think. But at the moment, I think Seidorf is just trying to leg it. Oh my, who was that off in the background?
And somebody off.
No.
Who's that?
67.
60.
Vintage Racer.
Vintage.
He was sat right up there.
And is he coming into the pits?
Yeah, he spat into the pit wall, so I think he'll use that as his exit stage right, get his pit stop done and get back out there.
Not a man we see, a man we see make many mistakes, is he, Bob? He's usually pretty neat and tidy with things, but unfortunate for him on that occasion. Still, long way to go. 65 minutes left in this race. And if you're wondering what Voodoo's ordered, a double beef burger with chips and an Oreo thick shake, 10 minute, and you can pick that up. Or it might even be coming to him. There we go. And you can see lap number 2. It's Seidorf still leading now with the fastest lap of this race. Oh. Was that a bit of a nudge there, Bob?
Yes. So Gavea has given Wilco a bit of a kiss to hurry him along there.
Well, we saw it on the formation lap. We saw him just use the butt of his German rifle right up Wilco's backside, and it looks like he's doing it again. Just a friendly nudge, no damage done there, Bob, but just saying, hello, I'm here, let's go and play. And now he's having a look. He's all over the back of our championship leader. Send it, fully send it, says the Nigerian prince, the voice of reason. from South Australia wants to get this done. He wants Gouveia to get this done, but Wilco there all on the defensive and making that Porsche very wide, Bob, on this occasion.
Yeah, Helga's big booty is being made a little bit wider by Wilco there, and that's what he's going to have to do. But the problem is, all the time that he's, you know, having to drive slightly defensive, that's letting Matt get away, who has just popped in the fastest lap.
Fastest lap for Matt, 2015 GT Academy champion, racing with us here at KRL. Absolute pleasure to have him along. And Wilco has a German rifle right in his back at the moment and causing him all sorts of issues at the moment. I'm not sure what pressure is in German, Bob, because I don't speak it fluently and I don't have time to get onto Google Translate. Beaky says, good evening, gents. Good evening to you, Beaky. Thanks for joining us. And you are our 15th viewer here tonight for round 7 of this championship. Gouveia is all over the back. You join us at none better time, because Gouveia is all over the back of our championship leader, Jason Wilkinson, the number 19, the famous number 19, made famous by Jason Dunstall, his namesake. Long story, great history there that I could go into. And I've got an hour and a half, so I probably will eventually, Bob. But thank you, Beaky, for joining us. Lap 3 of this race, Sidor getting away, but Matt not too far behind him now. And then it's 1.6 back to Wilco Gouveia. And we've got a few people watching saying, Trevor, there are more than just 4 people in this race. And that is why we are going to now have a look at Jono and Viper and Auschwizlet in 7th and Norman Gunston down there in 8th. Nemo in 9th. Great to meet him down there during the Friday at the Australian Grand Prix. Great to meet him all the way from New Zealand. And he was facing up the right way when I met him. That's not something we usually see too often with this man. And then inside your top 10, look at this. We've got 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, you name it. We've got them all on your screen at the moment. And it's Craigie, oh. And
I'll tell you what, we've missed a move.
Hello?
Jono Stan, I was watching the gap. Jono Stan was absolutely flying. He has had Viper's Ed and is pulling it away from him.
And Jono, what a race he's had. Is this his first race of the championship, Bob? I'm not sure, but I've got to say, what a job he's doing, race 1.
Yeah, no, remarkable. Yeah, I was watching that gap come down and I was thinking, right, yeah, he might get it done and might get it. Oh, he's had a bit of a slide, though. Oh, no! Gouveia, Wilco, in the wall.
Oh, wow. Unbelievable. Stop everything. Gouveia is in the fence. And what's happened to Wilco? He's got some damage. Well, we saw Gouveia pushing the limits, didn't we, Bob? And look at the damage on Wilco's car. This is a man who was somebody else in the way there, I think, as well. And yellow flags are out. And could that be the end of Gouveia? No, he's managed to get it back together again. But Wilco in all sorts of trouble here. And there is plenty of damage on that Porsche, Bob.
Yeah, I'm just button mashing now to see what happened. So
and we'll let you.
It was through the bus stop.
We'll let you get to that. The predictions are in on the chat. Get amongst it. But Wilco, could that perfect podium record be in jeopardy? I'm just trying to see what damage our championship leader has. But we'll have to get a replay of that somewhere. And not one.
Yeah, it's playing now. If you pop mine up, you will see it now. They're just coming up to the bus stop.
Yep, and can I go to the replay as well? I can't quite get your stream happening there, but into the pits. He's come into the pits. Jason has come into the pits, and that leaves Sidorg and Matt out in front.
Oh no!
And
Wilco lost it across the first curb of the bus stop. And then Gouveia was basically, you know, sat like a bunny in the headlights. Wilco had lost it. Gouveia went into the back of him. Gouveia come off worst because he's bounced off of Wilco into the wall.
And just trying to get the replay happening. And let's have a look at what happened here, ladies and gentlemen. It's all looking so good up to this point in time. And we might just skim through. Sorry, I should have put a seizure warning up for anybody that's suffering from epilepsy. But we'll just wait. All good until we get to... Where's it happening? No. Going to the pits. Wilco needs some duct tape. Well, he saved it, but Gavea had nowhere to go, and I think we're coming up to it very, very shortly here. Was it the chicane, Bob? I think you said where things got a bit...
Yeah, the bus stop.
So we're getting there. I do apologise for the flashing, but... And here we go. Here we go. This is where it happens. Let's have a look at the replay. So Wilco getting slightly out of shape, and Gavea coming in behind him and just sending him into the wall there, Bob, at fairly unabated speed.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shame, that one. Now, what is going on with my... Oh, my camera. Oh, no.
And it's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 6 of this race. We are back, and we'll let Bob sort out his issues. But where has that put Jason? 1 minute 15 of damage, side org. As we saw Wilco get it wrong a couple of laps ago, getting a little bit out of shape, but not the same result as we saw previously. It just looked like he got out of shape, didn't he? And just took his foot off the gas a tiny bit to try and correct the problem, Bob, and that's when Gavea just went straight up his backside.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. Now, yeah, mine's gone wrong now. Damn it.
Control, Alt, Delete, start again. 18 people watching the stream, if you don't mind. If you're out there watching, and I know most of you follow, but if you aren't, please consider following this channel, and we can get to that target of 125. 57 minutes of this race remaining. Where is this race going, Bob? I hear you ask. And for everyone at home, I can tell you, lap 6, if you're just joining us, it's Sidorg and Matt. First and second, couple of GT7 boys, if you don't mind, leading the way here on Assetto Corsa. And yes, do please consider following that stream. Thank you, Nigerian Prince, and his food. The double beef burger, fries, and Oreo shake it has arrived. So let us know how that food is. Oh yeah, it's really good actually. Yeah, thank you for that, Nigerian Prince. But lap 7 of this race, it is Sidorg, Matt in second. Viper now has inherited third, Bob, if you don't mind. Auschwitz and Norman Gunston round out your top 5 with Nemo in 6th, if you don't mind.
Yeah, Nemo, that's a brilliant showing. Also, the good Dask. Dask started, I think it was 16th, was it?
I think, yes, he's jumped up the field, hasn't he? 16th to 7th. What's that, 9 places? No.
Yeah,
yes.
That's significant.
And we saw, I think it might have been Cloquet, actually, who pointed out the fact that Dask has jumped up 6 places in the field tonight. As we'll keep an eye on his progress. There we have it, our man coming through the chicane. 17th start, and something's going on with Bob Hoskins. Bob, can you explain and expand further?
I don't know. John O'Stan is all the way back in 15th now.
So how did that happen? This
I don't know.
It's incredible. I can't keep up, Bob. Where do we look? I mean, he was in 5th, wasn't he? He was in 5th, wasn't he, not too long ago? Yeah. Now he's down in 15th.
Exactly. No, and I can't do much with the cameras as well. Since I went into the replay, it's sort of locked in a dodgy mode, so I'm having to use L2 and R2 just to go through the cars while it's in the helicopter. So,
yep, maybe can you hit drive again, Bob, maybe? It's because I think something similar happened for me when I was on the replay screen a moment ago. And I hit drive and it sort of went back to the broadcasting sort of TV tower graphics that we had previously. But anyway, I'll let you sort that out. 55 minutes left in this race. Matt now in second. 1.5, if you don't mind, off of Sidorg, our leader. And that Viper in third. Auschwitz in fourth. So where have those two boys ended up? I'm just looking down the order. Vintage Racer. So 3 drivers have made a stop. Vintage Racer, who had some issues in the pit lane. He's well down the field in 17th. Wilco now down in 19th, sideways in 20th, and Gavea still in 8th, so he must have continued on, didn't he, Bob, after that incident?
Yeah, so, yeah, he's got himself going again, and, yeah, he finds himself in 8th, but, yeah, he obviously didn't want to take that pit stop too early because it's a long time to stay out on those tyres.
Certainly is. 54 minutes, a lot of racing left to go in this one, and I've got to say on lap 8 of this race, as Sidorg has a 1.3 second lead over Mint Matt. Cloakade praying for no Sidorg drive through this week, Bob, which is quite funny, isn't it? Because it's looking at this stage like the only person that can stop Sidorg is the dreaded DT himself. He could be his own worst enemy, but we're hoping, get your prayers in, ladies and gentlemen, that we don't see that again. The drive-through penalty, which has caused him some issues in previous races. Just looking at the damage on this number 12 Porsche here, Bob, it looks like he's got Andrelli up behind him, Gavea, but can he manage, he's down there in 8th, can he manage that damage for the rest of the race?
No, he'll repair it when he comes in. I mean, obviously, the person he was battling most with was Wilco, so that's the gap that we should keep an eye on, really. Obviously, Wilco's got his pit stop done, but I don't know if he's going to suffer towards the end of the race, you know, just because of that time on those tyres.
And let's
34 degrees it was at the race start as well, so those tyres are going to take a hammering.
Just drop down a degree now, 33 degrees track temperature, optimum track conditions. If you don't mind, Bob, let's cast our eyes to this battle between Saint Sim Mayo Jono now, who's back up to 14th, so he's got a place back there, and Saint Sim doing very nicely, very clean driving there, but now Mayo all over the back of Saint Sim as well. I'm not sure whether he's involved in an incident or had a bit of a moment here, Saint Sim, but they are all over him at the moment, and this is for position, Bob, I believe.
Yeah, no, cracking effort by these guys, and to stay that close for so long as well. Yeah, this is a very demanding track, very demanding track.
And if you're just joining us, please consider following the stream. Would love to have you a part of the community and part of the KRL family. Now, Mayo, as we come through, sort of through the sock, heading to the boot part of the circuit, called that because it looks like a boot. Of course, very, very self-explanatory there, but Mayo, just as we come to... As somebody off, is that Andrelli? No, yes, it is Andrelli off the circuit. So he was running in 12th. Now he's falling back down the field. Bob, as you can see, not quite sure whether he got any damage there. It looked like he was just on the grass. Andrelli, though, with some damage to the front of that Porsche.
Yeah, there's a few people nursing a bit of damage on those cars out there at the moment.
A few sore noses. A few sore heads after the Easter break. We've been away for a couple of weeks, but it is great to have you back with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get to some of the other battles through the field, and Nemo is flying. P6, if you don't mind, all over the back of Norm here. And Norm is his first race of the championship. And Nemo in his McDonald's, it's not a McDonald's livery, it's what colour scheme is that? I'm 35 now, Bob. You think I'm 40. I'm getting old. My memory's escaping me. But anyway, 50 minutes to go in this one. And Norman Gunston is under all sorts of pressure from Nemo. He is absolutely having a absolutely flying race here up in P6, possibly P5 soon, Bob.
Yeah, brilliant debut race. Brilliant debut race for Norm. And Nemo, yeah, he's... starting to show a bit of maturity, and yeah, we see him up in 6. Cracking effort. Auschwizard is trying to make this stick.
I think he might have made it stick, but Viper is not letting his foot off the gas, and they're side by side, Bob.
Yep, side by side through the whole of the boot.
And if the boot fits...
He's got it done.
Has he got it done? Yep, he's got a nose in front, and he gets the move done. So up into the podium position for Auschwizard. And one of the two brothers, the German brothers, doing very nicely. If one of them is out of the podium positions and the other one's back in. But hello, Viper says, you know what? I might want that third place back, Bob.
Yes, yeah, you could see. Oh, it's very tight between these two. I saw Auschwitz had moved off the racing line. He didn't want to give him any kind of tow. As soon as he moved back on, to the racing line, oh, he's just had a kiss there.
Ooh.
We're going to see Vipers come past again.
Let's have a look. Gavea there is well down the field in 15th, but he's got front row seats to this battle. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Is he going to go through? Viper getting onto the grass. Auschwitz making the most of it. He's in front.
That's huge coconuts to try that there.
And that is
huge coconuts.
You need a big set of coconuts through there, Bob, to keep your foot in it and not make a mistake and not make any contact either. This battle is absolutely fantastic, and it's not showing any signs of slowing up because Viper, he wants a little toe action. Look at this. Through the hairpin part of the toe. Anybody just joining us is going to be thinking, what on earth is he talking about? But Viper now all over the back of Auschwitz, and they've got a bit of company coming up behind him, if you don't mind, Bob.
Yeah, that's what I've just jumped back to Nemo. I'm in in the passenger seat with Nemo now. So yeah, he's watching all of this unfold in front of him.
And you can see.
Look at that gap that the top two have got over the rest of the field.
Unbelievable. A class of their own, you've got to say, Bob. But 48 minutes left in this race. We said it before, and we know Clocade's sitting there waiting for his internet repairman to come over because he wants to be part of this action in the not too distant future. But Sidorg and Matt, 16.2 seconds, Bob, between these two out front. And this is an interesting battle. We hope that the dreaded drive-through curse doesn't come and rob us, Bob, of what is going to be an absolutely epic blockbuster grandstand finish here potentially. Look how close they are at the front. Incredible to watch.
Oh, we didn't see it. Gavea pitted. So he's pitted. He's managed, I don't know how much damage he's repaired, but he's managed to come out in front of Wilco. So
he's not just in front of Wilco, is he? He's 8.5 seconds
considerable
ahead. So whether that can be down to tyres or something?
I don't think that he's either not taken the damage or he's, not taken the tyres. One of the two.
And thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We have an incredible, not just this battle, right at the front of the field. Look at this, it was 16.2 seconds last time around back to Auschwitz, Bob. Now it's 17.3. So what are they, they're heading off at what, a second a lap nearly?
Yeah, more or less. But I mean, remember, these guys here that we're watching these battles, unfortunately, they're only there because of a mishap. Third and fourth having to come together.
Yep.
So that gap was already building. So, and the top 4 or 5 guys, their pace was, it was different to the rest of the pack.
As we take a look, you're right. Unfortunate what happened between Wilco and Gavea as Auschwitz runs a little bit wide there. 18.5 that gap. We saw someone come into the pits. Viper into the pits, Bob. And Lewis A151 says, let's go GT boys, showing them up. And you can see, thank you, get in there, Lewis. And Jono now working his way. He's had a rather bizarre race, hasn't he, Bob? He was in 5th and then 15th. Now he's back inside the top 10.
Yeah, it's a shame we missed what actually happened. Oh, I tell you what, Mint Matt is now right on Sidorg's tailpipes.
He is indeed. Let's have a look at this. Thank you for watching, Lewis, Clocade, everybody else out there. Get those comments coming in and watching this stream. 2 weeks. We've had 2 weeks off, but now it's great to have KRL back in your lounge rooms, on your phone, in your bedrooms, wherever you are watching us from, right around the world. And Matt means business. because he is looking for a move. Passing opportunities, please, Bob. Where are we looking at here? If you're in Matt's shoes, where are you looking to get by?
To be honest, I think he'll wait it out. I've watched Matt racing a lot, and I think as long as these two are holding a very similar pace, I think Matt won't make a move until it comes to pit stop time.
And nothing silly is what you're saying. That is Bob Hoskins, and you can see there, Matt. He looks at least. I know we can't see the lap times on our screen at the moment, but he looks to have a pace advantage, like you said, Bob. But he's clever, isn't he? He's a wise old head, and he's done plenty in the sim racing scene, and he is not going to do anything silly here to jeopardise this gap, which is now 19.1, almost 20 seconds. I'm not sure how long it is for a pit stop. Bob, is it 45 seconds? They might have that by before the end of the race if they want to come in and make a stop.
Yeah, they're going to start coming up on the tail end of the drivers soon as well. So car number 50. Oh my lord, yeah. So Viper Z, who has pitted, who is sat in 12th, he is the next car ahead of these two.
So wow. And that gives you an idea of the pace of those two, doesn't it, Bob? Because Viper, who hasn't really done too much wrong in this race, he was inside that top 6.
Yeah, top 5 or 6.
Top 5, 6, battling with Nemo, who's up in 4th place, if you don't mind. Nemo is in 4th, a fantastic race for him here tonight. And so these, I think...
Oh, there we go, there we go!
Oh, hello. Let's get back to the... Matt in front now, Bob.
Yeah, so Sidorg lit the rears up, got on the power a little bit too early, a little bit of a twitch, the door opened, and then Matt just put his nose exactly where it needed to be.
And
so nothing rash, it was just literally Sidorg lost drive, and Matt was there to take it.
There we have it. So, Matt, these two, Sidorg... also a pretty handy racer. Is it GT7 as well? He's
yep. Yeah, Matt Sidorg. Yeah, they're at the top of the charts really in GT7, or they were GTS. Obviously, I didn't move across to GT7, but yeah, these have been in the sort of top 5 or 10 for a long while.
Yep, and thank you, Lewis, who says Jono Stan up there too, of course. So we've got some incredible quality in the field tonight, and he was just waiting. We said that before, didn't we, Bob? He was just waiting for that mistake, and then he was going to pounce.
Yeah, no, exactly. And yeah, as Lewis has just said in the chat, yeah, John O'Stanley, he was a lot further up in the field, actually. He must have had a bit of a moment. And that's the only reason why he's back in 8th at this time.
And you can see a lot of us GT7 plebs coming over for the Endurance Series. And nothing wrong with a bit of GT7. One of my favourite pastimes, jumping on GT7, Lewis, and doing my daily workout of 42 point whatever kilometres it is, and racing for 3 hours, Bob, and getting my magnificent prize of a bit of suspension or a onboard computer or $5,000 or something. But no, it is a fantastic game, and it looks stunning on the PS5 as well. Thank you for watching, Lewis. Matt, hello, Sidorg. These boys, they're just waiting for a mistake, aren't they? They're just waiting and waiting patiently and just waiting for something to happen, Bob. We might get back to that battle in a moment. Auschwitz further down the field. Nemo, what a race. I know we're going a bit early for driver of the day, but Nemo has done nothing wrong here tonight.
Yeah, right. You've also got to consider that, like, Dask, I'm sure he qualified in 16th
or 17th.
10 spots.
Amazing effort there. I think Cloquet 17th. I think Cloquet mentioned a few minutes ago, but now we've got 40 minutes remaining in this race. And let's keep going through. Vibesy as well, up to 7th, Bob. He was well down. I'm sure he was in the late teens or early 20s there. in the field. Jono in 8th. He's had an eventful afternoon, but have we got Craig? No, I think Craig in 17th and Mayo in 9th. So this is not for position, but we've had roughly, Bob, half the field have pitted and half the field yet to pit.
Yeah, exactly. So I think those who haven't pitted, they are the ones that are going to have the pace at the end of the race.
So that includes the two at the front, Matt and Sideorg. Auschwitz still in 3rd. We can't quite see that gap from 2nd to 3rd. And now we can,
yeah,
I beg your pardon.
21 seconds, yeah. So, yeah, these two out front, and it does look pedestrian because of the way you have to drive the Cup car here. You know, there's a lot of off-throttle time. It seems almost pedestrian, but these boys are absolutely flying.
They are on the pace, and Voodoo is still waiting for his food, Bob. The double beef burger, Oreo thick shake and fries were on their way, and he says at least he's got some solid racing to watch. And we'll have to check in. Voodoo, do we have a rough ETA on that food? Also getting a little bit hungry over here in Victoria. I know you can't send anything over or do anything about that, but let's hope it comes very, very shortly. Sideorg now through the chicane. Get your prayers in for Voodoo and his double beef burger and Oreo shake. That sounds quite nice. Probably a bit too much milk for me, Bob, but anyway, can't do that nowadays. But Mint Matt, Sideorg, 1st and 2nd. Auschwitz should have been there by now. The latest, hopefully soon. We are thinking of you, Voodoo. Nemo now 1 second behind Auschwitz. Norm. And Norm's got Wilco for company, but Wilco down in 15th, but it shows you just what pace Wilco's got here, Bob. He's about to round up Norm in P5.
Yeah, so, yeah, I would imagine that Wilco did repair that damage that he wouldn't have had a lot of damage, actually. It was Gavea that obviously come off worst. But, yeah, he'll be back onto his usual pace. But, obviously, Norm does not have to let him through. So
no,
this just plays into Gavea's hands. Gavea now is on the back of Vintage Racer. I'll see if I can jump up to his car.
Oh, let's have a look, Vintage Racer, and you're spot on. That marshal who's waving the blue flag down there. You can tell him to stop. Oh, hello, Norm's had a moment, and now Wilco is through, or did he let him through potentially? Where were we going? Gavea and Vintage Racer, I think, Bob. This is getting close.
Yeah, so
well, in fact, it's more than close.
Can I change my cameras now? Yeah, I think he's got it done.
Yep.
He's got it done because my cameras are stuck. I can't do anything with them. So, yeah, that's Gavea through. So we'll have to see how this gap develops to Viper Z, because Viper Z has pitted also. So he's in a good position at the moment.
And you can see, like we said, half the drivers pitting. Half the drivers not pitting, and there's a couple of spectators in the commentary box there as well as yellow flags.
Who's that?
And I can't see anything on the track map, but we're going to have to get down and tell these what sort of training have these marshals had, Bob. The dickhead there at that corner. He's waved a blue flag, a white flag, a green flag, and now a yellow flag. What is going on down there at the chicane?
He's obviously got his FIA ticket because they don't seem to know what they're doing at the moment.
And Sideorg into the pits. Thank you, Cloakade. We were talking there, but he's into the pits and out of the pits again. Where is he going to feed out, Bob? He's got, well, looks like he's come out into some nice fresh air, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so he's actually sat behind Mayo, who hasn't pitted yet.
So there we have it, Sideorg
right?
in
Yes.
8th, Sideorg in, Sideorg out. Where he'll feed out, we'll have to find out. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Cloakade.
That was a quick pit, so he has just taken a splash and dash. No tyres.
No, and and now Matt straight into the pits the very next time around, the next tour, Bob. He's in the pits now as well.
Yeah, let's see how long he's static for.
Now he likes to take on, usually like to take on some fresh rubber, doesn't he, Bob?
Yes, he does. Right, so he's static now. So
Let's have a look. Auschwitz goes through. So does Nemo. Still yet to stop. Norman Gunston. His first race in round 7 of this championship. Dask into the pits. 17th to 5th. Vibesy right behind him. And, oh, Ajax Spray and Wipe has joined us. He says, let's go, Cydorg. Thank you for that, Ajax Spray and Wipe. Big Alan Shep, the marshal, is totally confused on what flag to wave. And Cloakade saying Cydorg normally takes tyres as well, Bob.
Right, 30 seconds. 30 seconds Matt was stationary for, so he has taken tyres.
And Lewis not happy with Cydorg. Let's hope Cydorg doesn't. Let's have a look here to see what's happening. Where's Cydorg? He's just behind Mayo. He's coming through the first corner as Matt is out. And he's well on his way. So he's a fair way. We'll wait for the timing screens to update. But with
he's got more of an advantage. He's made up about 5 seconds there. Matt has taken tyres and still stretched his lead. So I would imagine that
he must have been absolutely on it.
Taken tyres as well, yeah. But I reckon Cydorg may have been a bit nervous because remember all the calamities that he's had with the pits. Yep. He's probably been ultra cautious with his pit stop.
And Lewis just confirming that Cydorg is very tall, strong and handsome in real life. So that's always good to know about our Kiwi friend. But you can see there he might have. He's a little nervous, like you said, Bob, about the pit lane entry or the pit lane exit because he gets the DTs very easily.
Yeah, which is a shame because it's sort of he's not sat in the table where he should be. You know, he's his potential, he's right up there, but yeah, with the few errors that have been made in the pits, he finds himself a little further down the order.
A little bit gun shy. As you can see, Nemo here, lap 20 of this race, Nemo leads. And it is fantastic to see him there. Auschwitz into the pits along with Norm as well. So now that just leaves 3 drivers yet to pit with half an hour or so left in this race. But it is Matt leading. The marshals have all different kinds of coloured flags at the moment. Not sure why they're waving that blue flag. It might be for Mayo there. But he's up in P6, I beg your pardon. He's yet to stop. As Disco Stu, as let's have a look. Viper on Dask.
He's just got it done. Yep, just got it done.
Gets the move done, and he is through and up into P8. Nice move from him. He's doing very nicely, Bob.
Yeah, so I'd expect, right, so he's going to inherit those 3 positions ahead of him, or he should do. So, yeah, at the moment, it's looking like Viper Z is in net 5th.
So there you have it, net 5th for Viper Z. Lap 20 of this race. He's off on his merry way. And Disco Stu yet to pit. Beg your pardon, he's in the pits now, so I think that's everyone except for Mayo, who's still... what are we now? 20 laps into this race, so he will be on some extremely worn rubber, of course. And now Nemo into the pits as well. A great performance in the opening stint, and we've got some action, I think.
No, just through the bus stop. It was a bit of a nervous ride through the bus stop for Viper Z.
A little bit hairy by the sounds of it. Vibesy and Jono. Is this for position, Bob? I think it is. 9th and 10th. They are having a fantastic battle here with 31 minutes to go.
Yeah, so John O'Stanner, obviously, he's a little bit further down than he was at the start. We don't know what happened, but we know that he was showing some great pace earlier on.
And Ajax Spray and Wipe, who has been good enough to join us here tonight, one of the regulars on the KRL Twitch channel and who has been a regular in this championship. He says the dog is coming. And he sure is. Jono looking to make a move. He's going this way. Bob is going that way. Where is he going to get this done, please?
He was out on the marbles, so he had to get out of that. So that's just given Vibesy a little bit of a breather just for now. But let's keep an eye on this gap. Gavea is the next car back, currently 9.9 seconds. We'll see what kind of pace that he is running.
And looking forward to the Enduro Series. The dogs are out, Lewis. And there we have it, Ajax as well. But Brooke, 1826. Brooke, looking forward to the Enduro Series. Who isn't, says Lewis. And first time chatter, Bob, so you know the drill. What do they need to do?
Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Get it done.
Head over to Bob Hoskins' YouTube page, or hello, Jono. And this is a interesting move coming up at the bus stop. Oh, he's going to send it. You need a big pair of cojones to get it done there. And Jono just says, I'm through, and I'm off. And how good am I?
Yeah, Vibes, he liked his coconuts that time, and he locked them away. He backs out that well early. John O'Stan, on the other hand, he wanted it.
Boy, did he want it. Did he ever want that? And was never in doubt, was it? He was through and off on his merry way. Mayo still, is he going to come into the pits? No.
Gavea is coming, though. It's nearly a second he's made up just in this first sector.
And yes, fantastic. Thank you, Brooke, 1826, for following us. What an achievement to be part of the KRL family and part of this magnificent championship and this magnificent Twitch channel. Well and truly on the way now. Just try and stop us. And Bob
he's cooked his
Bob,
rear tires.
Something has happened. Either that or Bob's had a stroke. Bob, please update us with what's going on.
Yeah, John O'Stan, as he was coming through the boot, obviously was carrying a bit too much pace. He's got those rears a bit hot through those stop-start sections and nearly smashed into the wall. Vibesy is now ahead by 4 seconds.
Oh, so Vibesy takes the position back. Brooke says, through my hat in for the Enduros. Will be a back marker, but why not? Great to get involved, Brooke. It would be fantastic to have you on board. Lewis says, imagine not following Kid Buyers. What kind of disturbing alternate universe, alternative timeline would you not be following? Would you not be following this channel? That's absolutely ridiculous, but I know you are, Lewis. And the food is here. Oh my. The food's arrived, guys. Double beef burger, Oreo thick shake, and some fries. So it's arrived. And how good is that? He just pops into the chat every now and again, doesn't he, Bob? And lets us know what's going on. How long are the endurance races? Bob, I don't want to put you on the spot, but they're quite long, and they're a little bit longer than 45 minutes, which is less than an hour, but more than an hour. Yep.
Their first one is 4 hours, and then I think the second one is 6. And I don't know about the rest of the season, but yeah, it's reasonable. Obviously, PS5 has now got the driver swaps, so.
And Lewis wanting to know how long these races are, Bob. I went on with that a little bit too long. Sorry for that, Lewis. 45 minutes for normal races in this championship, of course, Bob, and 70 minutes for the Enduros, unless I'm mistaken.
Yes, in the KRL, yes. That's what we're running. Just to let you know, Gavea now has John O'Stan in his sights. And it's looking very smooth. And
I see what you did there, Bob, because you are working beautifully as we've got 19 people watching us, Bob. Can we get to 20? That is the question. And you can see Bob working absolutely beautifully there. Gavea has Jono in his sights, and Gavea is German for rifle. So Bob working very nicely, but I've got to say 2.3 seconds. And considering what this man's been through, he is on the cusp, on the fringes of the top 10 with plenty of time left, Bob.
Yeah, so what are these gaps like? If he gets up onto Jono and gets the job done relatively quickly, he's then got to chase down Vibesy, who is, 4.5 seconds up the road. Dask, yeah, he's got the potential to break into the top 5, I think, here.
And what a comeback drive that would be for the German. And why couldn't I have been called, Bob, says Lewis. And a decision that's really up to you, is it, Bob? Whether you called Bob or called something else. And there we have it. Something going on my phone. But I told you, if you're gonna message me, for bloody Christ's sake, don't message me between 7:30 and 9:30 Eastern time every Thursday night, because I'm doing this, Bob, and this is far more important than whatever other crap I've been sent. And Sidorg through on Andrelli. Where's Andrelli? He's hasn't been on my radar for too long. And I've got to say, Andrelli down in 15th. And Wilco, hello, we've got Wilco in 12th.
Yeah, he's on the back of Vintage Racer, and I think that's where he's been for a little while now. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting until the end. There's a few drivers like remarkably out of position, and yeah, they're in the thick of it.
Yeah, here we go.
Those two guys out front, huge gap.
It's going to be huge. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Bob. Fake news. There's nothing fake about this, though, because the double beef burgers arrived. So have the chips. So have the Oreo shake. Where the hell has Vintage Racer gone? He's gone off the circuit. Nice recovery as well by Disco after that lap 1 drive-through.
Oh, God!
Oh, God! Thank you for redeeming those precious kid coins, Lewis, because I'm bloody standing up now, Bob. You got me that bloody worked up. And I've got to say, the audience, he's actually called Dave, says the Prince, but we don't talk about that. It hurts his feelings. And Sidorg is flashing the audience, Lewis, and that is terrific. But 23 minutes remaining, and Vintage Racer just looked to either make a mistake or jump out of the way. I'm not sure, but Wilco is through and up into 11th. And how far is he behind Gavea? He's just following him through. Gavea, hello. He's got Jono.
Vibesy's had a moment.
And Vibesy having a moment. And who's that?
He has.
So what's happened with Vibesy? That is the big question.
Yeah, Vibesy had a moment coming into the boot, which has let Jono stand back past him again. Now we've got Jono Stan followed by Vibesy, followed by Gavea, and there's literally a handkerchief between all three of them.
And you could throw a hanky over the three of them, Jono, Vibesy and Gavea. And this is incredible. I think we've got, once he gets to 8th or 7th, Gavea's run through the field here. The recovery drive after that incident earlier in the race has been absolutely fantastic. Hey there, you. I see you lurking. I know you're watching. Please consider following the stream. We'd love to have you a part of the community. 18 people watching. And my voice just broke. Oh, got him. Yes, gone. Bill Laurie. Great cricket commentator there. That's sort of what it turns into after 70 minutes of action. But do not go anywhere. Don't make a cup of tea, Bob. I know you did that before we got on air tonight. That was a smart move. I didn't do that. But do not even think about going to race at an old abandoned airfield in the UK somewhere, because look at Gavea right up his ginger.
Right on him.
This is so close. You can see somebody off on the grass. And is he playing games with him, Bob?
No, Vibesy's taken the wiser option and just thought, my scrap isn't with you, off you go.
And there we have it. He knows.
Of course, one of our AM drivers, so, you know, it could damage him if he gets involved in a scrap with one of these pro drivers.
And that is a championship that's very close, Bob, as well, the AM guys. And you can see the pro guys, though, doing it at the front. But Matt, after that first, we'll just recap. We'll take a breath, recap what's been going on, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, 21 minutes of action still remaining as Matt is coming up to some traffic in the form of Kilroy, who is well down the field in 20th position. And Kilroy, he's almost too kind there, Kilroy. Bob, he jumped out of the way and jumped into the fence as well for good measure.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, yes, some of the guys, you know, they're that polite that they'll actually damage their own race at times.
They'll give up. They'll give up.
No, after you. After you.
After you.
There's a wall.
And Sidorg now looking to also negotiate Kilroy, I think. No, beg your pardon. It's Andrelli now with just 20 minutes remaining. And you can see here, and Sidorg 6.5 seconds back. And I don't want to go too early, but is the fat lady starting to warm the cords up, Bob, with 20 minutes left?
Maybe up front. Matt has just Sidorg obviously had a moment. He lost 2.5 seconds on that last lap. So Mint Matt has now got a 6.5 second lead. Auschwizard is 23 seconds back from Sidorg or thereabouts. Nemo seems to be sat there nice and steady. Norm, his gap to Nemo isn't really progressing. Viper's Head has actually dropped time to Norm.
Ooh,
so yeah, it's looking like the top 5 might, barring any instance, that might be where they stay.
Might be less than 20 minutes remaining now. Jono might have that move. He's got that move done on Dask now.
Done.
Yep, so 17th. Still a great effort from Dask, isn't it? 17th to 7th. And I've got to say, in my lengthy amount of time that I've been calling our man Cameron Nemo from New Zealand, I don't think, and I mean this in the nicest possible way, Bob, I don't think I've really seen him up in P4. That is a fantastic drive from Nemo so far.
No, awesome effort. Awesome effort. Obviously, he can be quick on his day. So that AM label is, it's not really meaningful, in the terms of what he can produce.
Oh, Jono, just could watch them go through that chicane all day along. Those drivers giving it everything. They're real racers, aren't they? And you can see Gavea now coming up behind Dask. So down to P8, it could potentially be P9. Wilco, where is he? He's out on his own.
Yeah, he's got like a 20-second gap up to Vibesy. So if Vibesy keeps his nose clean, he's got a top 10 finish tonight.
And maybe, a 70-minute race. We've got 18 minutes, less than 18 minutes now remaining. So is that, I think that might be as good as Wilco's going to do, barring any other misfortune in front of him.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think he's taken a second a lap out of Vibesy, so...
That, he was expecting, wasn't he, or hoping, I should say, to come out of this weekend or this race meeting with a comfortable lead in that. What is that going to do for the championship?
Whoa,
actually?
That's it. Dask has just moved over and he's let Gavea through.
And now Gavea through, well on his way. P8 now, and he has stormed through the field. He was right down the back, wasn't he? And now he's still come through. I'm just looking, we've got no Cloquade tonight. We've got Wilco well down the field, Gavea in 8th.
Yes.
So where is that going to leave everybody for the championship when it's all said and done here?
Oh, obviously, Matt is going to take a considerable leap. Obviously, he missed the first couple of rounds, so it's not really indicative of where he should be. So let's have a quick look. As he's still got the fastest lap as well. That gives him an extra point. So Mint Matt is sat in 12th at the moment.
So
you should see him climb a couple of positions at least.
And
that'll be him into the top 10. Sidorg. So where he is with Gavea, he's going to be right on top of Gavea.
And you can see Sidorg there, Cloquade pointing out no Figo either, Bob. So a few guys missing here tonight. So no Figo either. 29 laps gone in this race. 15 minutes of action still remaining. Do not leave your seats or wherever you are sitting watching this. Sidorg in second. Sidorg's fading fast, says Lewis. That gap 6.9 seconds now. Auschwitz up in third. Haven't called his name much tonight, Bob, but
yeah, no, he's done really well. But we've seen that before. I think Auschwitz, he's had 2 podiums. He's had 2 podiums this season, so we know that he has got it in his arsenal. I'm just back with Mayo at the moment. Mayo is harassing Vintage Racer, something chronic.
Let's have a look at some action closer on the circuit, and Vintage is under all sorts of pressure. Hasn't quite been Vintage's day. Not a great vintage for him tonight, down in 12th, but the battles continue. As you can see, Mayo now, who left his pit stop very late, Bob, storming or trying to storm through back through the field now, looking for 12th position from Vintage. And I don't think these two boys are going to get up to the likes of Wilco and Vibesy further ahead of them. But
I'll tell you who else.
Yep.
Sorry. Go on.
No, I insist.
I tell you who is quite surprisingly sat in 14th after a drive-through from the start. Disco Stew is sat in 14th.
Great effort to come back there. You can see Kilroy 3 laps down. Mark is in the pits. There's another name we haven't called too much tonight. Doesn't look like too much damage on that Porsche. Bit of paint knocked off the back of that maroon coloured number 17 Cup car. But Mark, where has he been tonight, Bob, for the AM guys?
Yeah, I don't know. We saw earlier that obviously in the first couple of laps, Disco Stew obviously had his drive-through, and unfortunately, Sideways Polka, he had a massive off, so that's what's dropped him all the way back down. But yeah, to see Mark all the way down there, yeah, that's not like him. He's right in that battle for the AM Championship. As
we take a look, we're going to go reverse order. Why not? We don't have any reverse grid races, but we might go from the back and take a look at Kilroy, who last time I checked was 2 or maybe even 3 laps down in this race. Cloak8 says Craigio, normally an AM front runner as well. So a few of the AM guys having off nights tonight.
Yeah, struggle.
And you can see
it is such a technical track. It really is. It's so unforgiving.
And you can see Kilroy there, Sideways Polka in 18th. Mark still in the pits, and not a lot of action happening there. Bob, that might be his race done, I'm guessing, for tonight, as Saint Sim. So a few guys well down the field, considering they're usually higher up. As you can see, Saint Sim, Craigo, is that a battle going on? No, I think that might be Kilroy, I beg your pardon, getting out of the way for Ausch Visit there as we check Craigo. And we haven't said that too many times tonight. Oh, hello. Was that something going on? Was that Andrelli there having an incident? He's back in the pits. And is that the end of his race, Bob?
Yeah, that looked like it was a teleport. I just all of a sudden saw it flash on my track map. So, yeah, that might have been a teleport. So, obviously, he'll have his controls locked for... Yep. Is that him just disappeared out of the server? It is.
I think we've lost him. And that is such a shame for the man that makes our thumbnails, Bob, our graphics. And he just went to teleportation. And he is out of this race. It's a shame, isn't it, Bob, to race 60-odd minutes and then not be able to go for the last 10. But unfortunate for him, but he will be back. And we know he's a man who provides so much to this championship for kid buyers, the KRL Racing League. And always sending me nice messages, graphics and the like, so we thank him for that.
Talented with his videos as well, very talented.
Great stuff. And like we said, the man responsible for the intro here, Norm, in his first race.
Oh, is he gonna do it?
And have we got some action here? Or sorry, are we looking at Mayo? Mayo and Vintage.
Yeah, he forced the mistake. Vintage into T1. He didn't want to turn in, so he didn't want to take both of them out. Little sidestep, and that's Mayo on the climb.
And is Vintage Racer going to have a go? He might have something left in the tank, Bob, in the last 10 minutes, but Mayo looks like he's through. Like you said, he forced the mistake. And he managed to get through in the end, but Vintage isn't quite done with yet, but looks like Mayo has the pace on him down there in that battle for 12th.
Yeah, Mayo's he's just been ultra smooth. He's been, you know, cautious in what he's doing, and he won't overdrive that car. You know, he'll drive within his limits, and he should get a decent result here.
And now as we tick under 10 minutes left in this session, you can see in this race, I should say, Vibesy and Dask. Is this the closest battle? No, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
Or is it? No, I think. Or now.
Yeah, just about, I think.
Yep, now with Mayo passing Vintage and heading off up into 12th position. And you can see Vibesy there now, less than a second. Can he get this move done? It's going to be interesting to see whether he can get one position further inside that top 10 here at Watkins Glen. It is a highly technical track, and we've seen it catch out a few drivers here tonight, but Vibesy, who's a better racer than qualifier, we know that. We see him come through the field so many times in this championship and get a good result when it's all said and done in the race. And I'm just looking out front at the moment. That gap's come down by a second or so, but still Matt controlling that pace at the front. And Bob, when you've got 8 and a bit minutes left, is it a matter of controlling that pace, controlling the tyres, and just looking to get the thing home?
Yeah, I think as soon as he would have seen that gap blow out to 6.5 seconds, he can afford to give him 2 or 3 tenths each lap, and you know, he's still got the result. Yeah, he played it very patient. It was, you know, a very, very small error from Sidorg that let him through. And yes, since he's been out front, he hasn't really put a foot wrong.
And you can see, like we said, 33 laps gone. Sidorg 5.4 seconds behind Matt at the moment, but Matt's got some time in his pocket. Driver of the day, anybody? It's a tough one, isn't it? It's going to be a tough one tonight to pick between. We've got Auschwitz, Nemo, taking nothing away from Matt and Sidorg, who have been very nice out front as well, if you don't mind. But Norm, in his first race for KRL, not a speck
on debut.
Yeah.
On debut, to take 5th, and that's looking comfortable as well. Viper's Head is not, he's not closing on him at all. That gap has, you know, consistently been over 5 seconds. That's a tremendous result for debut.
And it certainly is. Get your votes coming in, ladies and gentlemen. We are running out of time. We count them right down to the end of the stream. Your votes, of course, for driver of the day. Not bad work from my teammate Norm, says Lewis. And it is great to have Lewis along tonight, Cloakade as well, and everybody else joining us on the live stream. And Cloakade, we do miss you, and we know what, we're going to get you back very shortly once the internet issues are sorted out. But with 7 minutes to go, hello, Vibesy and Dusk. This is going to get spicy with 6 and a bit minutes left, Bob.
Yeah, so I've been sat with these guys for a little while now, and although it looks like Vibesy's going to get it done, I think Dask is struggling. He has bled a few positions, you know, over the last sort of 5-10 laps. But you got to remember where he started. If he started in 17th, even if he loses this position to Vibesy, that's a net gain of 7 positions. You know, a horrible track, very unforgiving, very technical. It's a great result for him, really.
Fantastic result, no doubt about that. And you can see we've got to stick with this battle. And Nemo and Auschwitz at only 1.5 seconds there, Bob. So we'll check that a little bit later. But Vibesy and Dask, this is going to be an interesting battle. Battle for P9. It is not over yet. And what a race. Isn't it great to have it back, Bob? 2 weeks. What did you do on your couple of weeks, Bob? How was Easter, by the way? I forgot to ask you that at the top of our show. I've waited 65 minutes to ask you that, but good Easter.
Yeah, no, very good. Yeah, we went away camping for a little while, which was always good to do. Had the boy out fishing and such like.
Great stuff. Just a quiet one for us. Everyone sort of came to us. We're very central where we are here in Benalla in northeast Victoria. Don't forget, I am back calling football as well, and by football I mean Aussie rules football, but I won't trouble you in the next 5 minutes to explain for those outside of the viewing area for Aussie rules football. But Vibesy and Dask, is Dask trying to make a few moves here, Bob, and make that Porsche very wide in the final couple of minutes here? Let's wait and see. Coming through the bottom of the shoe, which would be the sock at the bottom of the foot, now coming towards the ankle, and ooh, gee whiz, I've got to say, Vibesy not really convincing me, Bob, that I've kicked the bloody printer again, that the underneath this desk, oh, it's stupidest, worst thing I ever did was move it there, but I'm getting distracted. But who's your money on for P9 here at the end of this one?
Yeah, it's hard to call actually, because yeah, Dask is doing a good job at just being in the right place at the right time, you know. So it's not really giving Vibesy a go. That gap behind has come down to Wilco, but not as much as we would have expected. So these boys have been holding pretty decent pace, really. There you go. I think it's on. It's on.
It's on. Here we go. We're going to wait and see as the double beef burger with bacon and barbecue sauce has just arrived at the Voodoo household, and it looks bloody delicious. I'm looking at it now, and I could go a bite of that myself, and that looks absolutely magnificent. Might even have some of the burger as well, Voodoo. Winky face. Just getting a little bit frisky there with 3 and a bit minutes left, and Vibesy is also getting frisky here, Bobby, because he wants P9 and he wants it now.
Yeah, he's driving very sensibly though. I mean, he's P2 in the AMS on track currently. He is also, where is he in the table? He's also sat in 10th in the table. Yeah, this is going to see him go up a couple of positions.
And it's very, Nemo and Auschwitz for the final podium position. Yes. Hello, we've got a little bit of spice, a little bit of action in the last 3 minutes, and Nemo could finish on the podium. What a result, Bob, that would be.
That would be. Auschwitz is no slouch. He's, you know, he's had a couple of podiums, and Nemo's given him what for. The guys are weaving about a bit, so...
Oh. Perfect time for an ad, says Lewis. And sorry about those ads, but they help to keep us fed, they help to keep us warm, and they help us to deliver this magnificent product, because Nemo is all over the back. I'm going to stand up, that's how excited I am, because Nemo is going this way, that way, and he wants a way past him very, very quickly. Big shout out to Benny's Burgers over there in South Australia, highly recommended from the Nigerian Prince. Nemo on the podium. Imagine the scenes, Bob, if this man can get into P3.
Yeah, no, that'll be phenomenal. That looks as if that gap has opened up a tiny bit. Oh, Vibesy's showing his nose into the bus stop.
And he's showing him a nose, Bob, but I don't think he's going to get the whole nose through on this occasion here.
No, Dask, a tiny bit of trail braking through there.
90 seconds separates us and these 20 drivers. Oh, we had 20. Now we've got 19. Separates these 19 drivers from the checkered flag and the finish of this race. Because this man, there's going to be a public holiday over there in New Zealand. And
check out up front. That gap between Sidorg and Matt is now under 3 seconds.
Don't do this to me, Bob. Don't do this to me, boys. Because Voodoo... Oh, that's fantastic. Voodoo gifted a tier 1 sub to Ajax and Disco Stew, sending the love. Big shout out to Benny's Burgers. That looked absolutely magnificent. Get your teeth around that.
And Viper's Ed has just lost 7th position.
And
stop go. Limits, stop go 30.
Stop go. He's been putting his rubber out where it shouldn't be going, Bob, and he's received a stop go penalty. Thank you, Voodoo, for gifting those subs to the kid biased community, which you're very much a part of, and you bloody well know it. God, I could kiss you. I could bloody kiss you if you were closer. But Nemo, this This
He
is...
forced it.
And he's not forcing
He's
anything.
forced it.
And who's forcing what at the moment? Are we thinking...
Vibesy applied the pressure. Dask went wide at T1. Vibesy held him out there.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Time is up. And Voodoo gifting subs left, right, and centre here. Now he's... It's an even 10. He's gifted at Vibes. He's all over the shop. He looks like me on Good Friday after a few too many because he's off the circuit. As he know he stayed on the track. And now Dask is going to have a go. Oh, Lewis.
Side by side. Oh, my dear Lord.
Lewis and Voodoo, thank you for supporting this stream. Turn it up and get ready for the next couple of minutes. And I'm keeping an eye on our race leader. But Jesus, it's hard to take your eyes off what's happening further down the field, Bob.
It is. And I tell you what, who is that just up the road? 562. That's Kilroy. Kilroy's just ahead of these guys.
And 38 laps as Matt comes to round up some traffic.
Viper's Ed is in to serve his penalty.
Yeah, that is shocking. That is shocking luck. Will that see Wilco inside the top 10? I wonder.
Yes, it will.
Come on, there's the blue flag. Do I have to try to overtake him or what?
10th.
And here he is. He's getting closer. Lewis, thank you for double flag.
Who's that off? Psydog.
And Psydog. Psydog's off the track. And as he made contact with Vintage Racer, we'll get back to that in a moment. Because Mint Matt, the 2015 GT Academy champion, is coming around the final corner to win this race here at Watkins Glen. Oh! The fat lady is singing.
This is fantastic.
Yes, this is fantastic. The fat lady singing as Matt comes across the line. But there's drama, Bob. Has Psydog managed to keep it together and get in second? Yes.
Yes,
He
held
has.
on to it.
And Auschwitz and Nemo, looks like Nemo's dropped back a little bit, and that could be the end of this battle for the final podium place. Beaky says, well done, boys, great racing, edge of your seat stuff. I've gone off the bloody edge, Beaky, a long time ago, and I'm standing up. That's how excited I am to get the vocal call. Nemo, hello. Making some contact in the fence there. Auschwitz in third. Great battle with
He's
Nemo.
happy with that. He gave the car a wiggle over the line. He was happy with that.
Yes, McCardle.
Norm, fifth.
Norm in fifth. Norman Gunston in fifth position in his debut race, just gesturing towards the non-existent pit wall and mechanics. And he can see them, but we can't. It's a funny one, that, isn't it? But Jono in sixth. Good race from him.
I tell you what, from where he dropped down to, that's a good result. And Gavea to bring it home in seventh, literally on his tail.
And the German rifle all over the back. 7th, 8th, here comes Vibesy and Dask. So a little bit of an anticlimax there, Bob. Those two battles we were watching sort of died off in the final lap.
Well, yeah, I mean, Vibesy got it done on Dask. Great result for both of those two. That is, I'm sure we're going to see some changes in the table. It's going to be tighter.
There we have it.
Wilco makes the top 10.
So Wilco making the top 10 after a pretty ordinary night, and the streak has come to an end, Bob, unfortunately. So first 6 rounds, podium in each of those rounds. I'm not sure how many points is it down to 10th, but he'll pick up something surely, Bob. Damage limitation, that's the buzzword here tonight for Wilco.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a shame that that happened so early on, and it was just one of those things. You know, Wilco took a little bit too much curb through the entrance to the bus stop. That just, you know, he was a passenger in the car. Gavea had nowhere to go. You can't guess what's going to happen to the car ahead. Obviously, he took the wall. Wilco managed to carry on going very quickly. But yeah, unfortunate for both the drivers because they're out of position from where they would normally be.
As we look at our drivers in the pit lane, and not a lot of sympathy coming across the border there from the man with the double beef burger and fries and Oreo thick shake. He says, poor Wilco, wah, wah, wah. and he says, "Nobody can moderate me. I am invincible." Oh, I don't know about that, Cameron. I think, you really need to calm down there, guys. Thank you for that voice of reason. What a night of racing. Bring on the commentary interviews. They're not commentating. They're not interviewing us, are they, Bob? What's going on? Inception sort of style. And
well, your man Matt will be in here. Sidorg,
just
Wizard.
firming up already at the thought of that. But before we get to that, 1 minute 16 seconds of damage fixed, and I'm actually happy with 10th. Good job, podium for both classes there. Seen nothing but will complain later, Nigerian Prince. He did not do the rain dance. In fact, it looks a lot sunnier than what it was before, Cameron, with your double beef burger, Oreo thick shake and fries. He's not sharing them either, is he, Bob? But anyway, our driver's 39 laps around here. Unbelievable stuff, Matt. And these boys are going to be sweaty Johnsons, if you don't mind, after that 70 minutes of racing. And, well, the voice box may be absolutely Scheisenhausen, Bob, but what a lot of action we saw in that 70 minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, to be honest, that's what we want to see, throughout the season. We don't want a runaway leader. We don't want, it to be predictable. And yeah, tonight's race, it mixed it up. It's mixed the table up, which is what we want to see.
We certainly do. Just recapping, if you're joining us, if you're coming home from dinner or out at the Chinese restaurant, wherever you're dining at, and you couldn't catch the start of this stream, it was Mint Matt winning round 7 of this championship with 39 sweaty laps around Watkins Glen here in the glorious United States of America, ahead of Sidorg, who had a great battle in that first part of the race. Auschwitz at a podium after a good old ding-dong battle of his own with Nemo. And then it was Norman Gunston, known as Norm to his friends, of course, down there in 5th on debut. Get your drivers of the day coming in, ladies and gentlemen. Nemo, Nigerian Prince, is in the commentary booth. Gavea is 7th. I forgot about Jono there as well. Sorry about that, Jono. Your family and friends will be watching in 6th. 8th for Vibesy, 9th for Dask, and Wilco in 10th. Mayo, Disco, after that early penalty, I should say. Kurego, Saint Sim, and the rest of them, which I can't read on my screen. But we are waiting for the drivers to come in to the post-race driver press conference. And let's just wait and see.
Nemo, Vibesy, and Mayo from the AMS.
So while we wait for the AMS, we've got the pros. Who have we got in here at the moment, please? Bob, who have we got in here? The voice...
You got. Oh, what's happened here? Why have I done that? Oh my god!
Look,
right. So yeah, we've got Matt, the race winner, in here. Scapegoat is. I can't remember who scapegoat is. Auschwitz. Yeah.
Well, we might get
Sidorg's in here as well. Yeah. So we've got the pros in here.
Let's get the ball rolling, and it starts with none other than Matthew Simmons. Just love, you just know, you can sense the excitement. It's always a great occasion when this man takes out the race win. But Matt, can you hear us first of all?
I can, Trev.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Going beautifully, mate. Not quite as good as you after that performance tonight, mate. Talk us through it. You had a great battle there in that first stint with Sidorg, your old mate there. For P1, but talk us through it, mate. You had a couple of weeks off. You're back, and you mean business, mate. Tell us about your race tonight.
Yeah, firstly, it was, mega. It was just so much fun. It was intense. I'm pretty tired after all that. But yeah, Sidorg and myself, we had a mega first stint. It was just sort of just waiting to see if something happened, but just kind of just sitting there. And I think we were both just focusing on making sure we got our pit stops, because we're notorious for getting those wrong. So that was kind of the focus, but just hanging on. Not sure what happened behind with Gavea and Wilco, so that obviously opened it up a bit. So it sort of came a 2-horse race. But yeah, pit stop was sweet, same as Simon. So we just carried on for the second stint. Was feeling all right, and then realised I under pressured a bit. So the last few laps I was struggling. got very fortunate with Simon, unfortunately having some issues. And yeah, getting some damage here and there, but he was on a mega storm towards the end, so it was really intense. But thoroughly enjoyed it. Stoked to get the win. Nice to be back racing with everyone after a couple of weeks. So yeah, stoked to get the win overall.
Fantastic stuff, mate. Spoken like a true champion. Hope you had a great Easter, mate, and hopefully will we see you 3 rounds to go? Will we see you next week, mate?
Yeah, that's the plan. We're having fun, so yeah, we'll be back next week.
Awesome. 20th of April at Alton Park. Not an endurance round. Round 8 of the championship will be a 45-minute race. Matt, thank you. Congratulations once again, and thank you for joining us.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Great stuff. How good is it to talk to the great man? Now in second, we've got Dog. Mate, can you hear us loud and clear?
Can indeed.
Awesome. Great stuff, mate. Talk us through your evening tonight. P2 had that battle with Matt in the early part of the race. After the pit stops, mate, you came out a little bit behind Matt, and talk us through your version of events here at Watkins Glen tonight.
Well, first off, it's been a while, lads, hasn't it? Since round 1. But yeah, I was just really focused on not getting a drive-through, as I'm sure you probably were all talking about.
Yes.
And so I was kind of
sorry.
happy to give up a few seconds to Matt to make sure that I don't end up touring for the pits again. But no, it was good. Qualifying was a bit of a surprise because I wasn't really right up there, and then all of a sudden I had I was in a good rhythm, and so to start up front was really helpful. Obviously, Wilco and Gavir disappearing helped me and Matt a little bit, but the car went away a little bit at the end of the first stint, so Matt got past, which is a little bit crucial for the race. And then I second stint had to do a bit of catch-up work, which meant I had to push, but then I bounced off the wall, got damaged, bounced off the wall again, and it removed all my damage. So then I was good to go for the end, and just tried a bit too hard on that third to last corner, but overall pretty happy with that.
Great stuff, mate. And boy, you had plenty of support in the comments during the stream and during the race tonight, mate. Your mate Lewis said he can confirm that Dog is very tall, strong and handsome in real life. So thank you, Lewis. You had plenty of support in the chat there tonight, mate. P2, we know you wanted more, mate, but you finished on the podium. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you kindly. See ya.
Great stuff. And as we join, we've got Auschwitz. And in P3 tonight, mate, talk us through your race tonight. We didn't call your name too much, but you just thought, you know what, I'm going to take home a podium finish tonight. A great little battle there with Nemo, mate. Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Qualified 9th, I think, so a bit of a surprise as I made my way all the way up. Obviously, Gavir and Wilco having an off, and then someone in the next corner, I think it may have been Jono. So managed to go from pretty much 9th or 8th up to 4th or 5th in 2 corners, which helped a lot. And then it was the hardest podium I've ever fought for, to be honest. That last stint with Nemo closing a 10-second gap to a half a second gap in a bunch of laps was the most stressful thing I've ever done. So just trying to keep it cool and trying to get the 3rd place solid. So yeah, lots of fun.
Great stuff, mate. Fantastic result, and congratulations on the podium finish, mate. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you.
Great stuff. As we head, Bob, I think we've got all the AM drivers in the chat here with us. Thank you, Mick. Well done, everyone. Wilco as well. Top stuff. Matt, Sai, and Wizard, and of course Nemo, Vibesy, and Mayo in the AM class. Bob, I think we've got our 3 guys from the AMs from the AM class.
No, we're missing Mayo. Mayo is not with us.
And that just sounds pretty ordinary. Nothing worse when you don't have your Mayo, that's for sure. But we might go to Nemo, the great man who I met last week down there at Albert Park. And Nemo, loving that picture on Discord. Looks like he's taken a 5-for or something there in the cricket, mate. Have you got us there?
Hello?
Yeah, come in over. Loud and clear. This is Nemo speaking.
Yeah, how you going?
Fantastic, mate. A lot better now. We've got you on the line. And sorry, Bob, I put you out of a job there, mate. But talk us through the race. We're trying to get Nemo. We've got Nemo. It's been a long night. Trying to get Mayo on the line, I should say. But Nemo, mate, brilliant drive from yourself, mate. Talk us through it. What happened there tonight?
Yeah, first off, yeah, it is me taking a fiver in the photo.
I knew
I'm
it.
proud of. But, yeah, no, it was a pretty good race. It was a long one, so I knew I had to be consistent, which I was. Um, but no, I was pretty scared going into the pits because I stuffed it up every time, but luckily got away with that. But then, yeah, that last stint there, trying to catch down Wizard, 10 seconds I think it was, and I just thought I'd have a crack at it, crack at a podium. So overall, it was a good race. It's good to be talking to you guys again. It's been a while, so yeah.
End transmission. Thank you, Nemo. It is great to have you talking to us as well. Great to talk to you as well, mate, and great to have you out on track. Congratulations winning your class here tonight, my friend, and all the best going forward for next week.
Yeah, thanks to Nemo Nation.
Hashtag Nemo Nation. He has to get it in there, doesn't he? Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Nemo. And great to finally catch up last week there at the Grand Prix. Bob, who have we got next, please? Vibesy. Have we got Vibesy in here?
Yeah, Vibesy's in.
And Vibesy, mate, talk us through it. Second, going okay. Thank you, my friend. Talk us through your race tonight. P2 in your class.
I was just happy to get to the end, to be honest with you. Just wanted to survive the first few laps, and I had a pretty lonely mid-race, and then I had a good 20 minutes of racing with Dask at the end, which was fun. And that's about the extent of my race, really. Just get to the end.
Great stuff, mate. And how is it, the endurance round, mate? How do you find it? Obviously, a little bit longer than the usual 45 minutes. Is it tough to maintain your concentration right to the end?
It is for me in this car, yeah. Got 70 minutes. It's pretty hectic, but it's good fun. I enjoy it. So it's the main thing.
Great stuff.
Racing with all the boys.
Great stuff.
Good fun.
That's what it's all about, mate. Fantastic. Absolute pleasure to have you along, mate. Second in your class tonight. Congratulations.
Too easy. Thanks, boys.
Great stuff. Perfect timing there. Vibesy on the screen as well here, there in the pit lane. And are we still looking for some mayo? We're still looking for some mayo. I think we're searching, aren't we?
Look as if Mayo's joined. I can't see any messages actually, so I don't know if he's been chased. But
it's okay.
Maybe he wasn't aware that we do the AM drivers as well.
And
so
I think
we'll have to make sure they all know.
Hi. I'm Mayo. Hello. Hi, it's me.
Wasn't in the rundown, Nemo. Nemo, you're not Nemo, Cam. But we might run with it anyway. Yeah, so I'm getting my Nemos and my Norrises mixed up tonight. But Mayo, while we've got you there, or as close as we can get, talk us through the race tonight, mate. What happened?
Yeah, my race was a little bit saucy. You know how you typically have, like, say, a mayo and a tomato sauce or something together. That was about the way that I feel like my Watkins Glen race went tonight.
Just, International Comedy Festival coming up fast there. Cam, that actually sounded like Cameron talking like me, talking like Cameron, if you know what I mean. But fantastic.
I'm here all week.
There we go. As Wilco wants a new and improved mayo, please. We're almost out of time. And he sounds like Albert. Oh, hello. Now you've changed the whole dynamic of the thing, and now Matt is in the chat as well. So I'm getting a little bit hot and steamy. But that is almost our lot, I think, for tonight. Bob, thank you for joining us, mate. Back again after a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, no, nice to get back in the box again.
Great stuff. Higher than Snoop Dogg. I knew something was going on over there. But anyway, thank you for that. Thank you to everybody for joining us here tonight on the stream. The comments, our race winner. Just recapping, if you join us, the great Matt Simmons winning. Seidorg in second. Auschwizard in third. And then in the AMs, it was Nemo, Vibesy, and Missing Mayo. If you're out there watching or listening to us, please make contact.
Hello, possums!
Thank you, Bobby Hoskins. Thank you as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Do not forget to tune in next week, as I don't have the calendar in front of me anymore. Yes, I do. In fact, it is round 8 next week, 20th of April, Alton Park, normal round. 3 normal rounds to finish off the rest of the season. Kota and then Kailami for round 10 of the championship on the 4th of May. Be kind to one another. Thank you for watching.